Welcome to the Newsroom Spot View. Today's episode promises a positively thrilling debate. Our host Mehak is on a mission today to settle an age-old question.
One reason why one should have cats and one should have dogs.
Should she be team dog or team cat? On her right, we have Sumukh, a proud dog dad whose furry friend is his loyal, tail-wagging shadow. And on her left, Abdullah, a devoted cat owner who knows all about the art of catering to his cat's every royal whim. But there's more to this than just picking between pets. Mehak wants the full scoop. What does it really take to care for these animals? And how can we, as a community, look out for the countless stray animals around us who could use a little love and compassion? So, sit back and get ready. Because today on the Newsroom Spot View, Mehak's diving deep into the world of pet parenting, strays, and the heartwarming bond that comes with it all.
Welcome back to another insightful episode of the Newsroom Spot View. Today, we are diving into a topic that's both heartwarming and eye-opening. Our furry friends and the challenges they face, especially in tough weather conditions. I'm joined by two incredible guests today who bring unique perspective to this conversation. First, we have Sumukh SV, a passionate pet parent since 2016, with not one, not two, but three pets of his own. He spent 8 years working with NGOs in the animal rescue while also making waves professionally. With the experience in the sports and fitness industry and currently thriving in the ed-tech space where he's headed multiple categories across regions. And joining him is Abdullah Shakil, the founder of Just Walk In Rooms, an innovative online vacation platform that's changing the way we travel. He's here to share his thoughts on how animals are often overlooked, especially during crises like heavy rains, and what we can do to make sure they are cared for properly. We'll be talking about everything from what happens when pets are adopted and not given proper care to risk the animals face during monsoon seasons. So let's jump right in. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Thank you, Mahek. Thank you for
Yeah,
the
thank you, Mahek.
introduction.
Yeah, thank you so much for the
No,
introduction, Mahek.
actually, I should be thankful to you too because now I'll get the reason of why. Like, I'll be like, Mom, 5 reasons why I'm responsible enough to get my own pet. Okay, so before we start, Mr. Shakil, can I get to know one thing? Why and what inspired you to be a volunteer and help pets around? Okay, so let's say I'm a person and I want a pet, but I
Okay.
just want a pet for my Instagram. I'll post
Okay.
pictures of the pet and be like, yeah, I have a pet and something like that. But I don't really know like the value of pets. As you mentioned to me earlier, you had 8 cats. I'm
Yes.
not responsible enough to have 8 cats because, like, hello. So, what inspires you to have them all together and take care of them?
Okay. First thing is that since my childhood, I have been obsessed with cats. I
Okay.
don't know why, but so since I was a child, I whenever I go outside, I see a kitten, I just take that kitten. I come back home with that kitten. I just want to play with that kitten. So they are the best alternative for a friend. Like if you don't have friends, or if you even if you have a friend, but if you still want to probably pet them, look after them, it for me it's cats have been always like a stress busters. It's like it's inherited in humans. So we humans are always connected with nature. So these pets are someone who communicate. I mean, we have plants around us, trees around us. I mean, they give back something, which usually not necessarily they have to talk to you, not necessary that they have to sit with you. You just have to look at them and feel happy about it. It's just the nature thing. what has been like, it's been ever since that I have been having cats. And my family kept telling me that no, you're not going to have those cats, but still I used to sneak those kittens and put them inside my room and not tell my family members that I have those kittens with me and I'm feeding them. So every time I go to the kitchen, taking a small bowl of milk, which is again, which is not a right thing to do. I'll tell you why. I got to know later on.
Okay.
So nobody educated me at that time. Okay, we shouldn't feed them a cow milk.
Okay.
Yes, this is something that you have to be educated about. So since when I started studying about cats, when I started studying about pets, then I realized that okay, so these are the things that we have to keep them away with. Goat milk are fine. We have some powdered milk which is available in the any medical store, so that those powders are fine. But cow milk is something doctors suggest not to give them. So I mean, so yeah, so it's just that it's always something give and take that is happening, and I always feel good about having pets around me.
So, Mr. Sumukh, why don't you tell us first that are you a cat person or a dog person?
I mean, that's pretty simple for me. I'm a dog person,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, but I do like cats as well. But due to the given fact that I have dog scent around me, most probably no cats would come around. So it'll be tough for me to catch a cat.
So, can't a dog and a cat be friends?
Oh, they can, they can. So we perceive that they always fight, but actually it depends on the environment. End of the day. So, like for instance, if a cat and a dog are there in the same environment since they're young, then
Yes.
probably they might not know that difference. Like they kind of grow up as one itself. So it's there are high chances that you can have a very friendly environment with both dogs and cats as well.
Okay, while introducing you, I told everybody that you worked with lots and lots of NGOs. So, would you tell us that what inspires you to work professionally as well as in this genre?
So the thing is, like as of now, when we look into volunteers that heartfully try to go into helping animals, right? Like especially stray animals that require human support, there is very less people around. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to also maintain enough financial support to this cause. So for that, I'll be working professionally as well. And let's just say we are scattered in areas. Like there is a center in somewhere Whitefield, but I'm in central Bangalore. But I would require a aid. The person don't know whom to connect. It might take like hours together for a person to come from there. So I kind of try to be that person in case if it's possible for me to handle that particular situation. I try to go in there. So that's how I parallelly work with NGO. I'm not committed to any NGO, but there are a lot of NGOs that have my number. Like whenever they kind of come across, they usually call me like this is the case. So we would like your assistance, etc. So I have helped more in like pets that are stuck in highways or injured pets that have fallen into sewers. So I've kind of helped more in these type of rescues. But currently, since it's rain, we are like very much occupied with multiple calls as well. So yeah, that's how kind of I got in. Like in order to help, as there is people shortage of helping these particular animals.
So I'm very sure that I right now have viewers who are both cat lovers and dog lovers. So I would like both of you to give me one cute, heart touching, heartwarming story about how you helped a pet and they become a part of your heart and your family. So we'll go with cat lovers first.
Okay, so um, all right, so I had this cat. So he was being brought up by us, and so he was around like 7 years with us. And I happened to move to Kuwait for almost like 2 years for a project. I remember that. So this cat had my cat had an habit of running away from home and come back home late. And he was a homely cat, okay, but he was very much attached to me. So ever since I was here in Bangalore, so when I was in Kuwait, I kind of always calling my parents and asking about him. And all of a sudden, one day, he disappears. Okay, so it's a very interesting story. It's like I don't know how God connected with me to him, but it's just a miracle that has happened, which is a very interesting story. I'll tell you this.
Yeah, what's
Um,
the name of this cat?
Zorro was the name of the cat.
Okay.
Okay. So I was in Kuwait and I get a bad news saying that the cat has gone and he's not come home like for 2 days. I'm like, what's happening? Like I'm being so, I'm having that anxiety and I'm like, how can he just go away? Like he is not someone who goes away like that. So there's something wrong happening here. So I asked my parents to go find out where he is. I called up my best friend. I told him, if you're my friend, please go take the picture, look around, ask my neighbors, ask anyone, like just find him. So he went instead. He's one of my best friend who did a lot of things for me. So he went around all the homes and he showed the pictures. That, did you see this cat? Did you see this cat? So he didn't come back for another the next
Yeah.
5 days. And then I kept praying to God, like, just if you're actually listening to me, I swear I love him so much. Please give that. I mean, just make sure he's safe somewhere. Usually Persian cats, when it gets lost, there's no guarantee that it will come back to you. There's nowhere in that, and everyone likes it, and everyone wants to have those cats with them. So I kept asking God, and I kept praying whole night, and like, what's happening and what's going on. And then one thing is going on, like, is he dead somewhere, or is he? I mean, he has a special food that I used to feed him, but other than that, he never used to have anything else. Even if someone has taken it, nobody knows what food he is eating. So I'm asking God, okay, what's happening? Just think about his food. Just think about his food. What is he gonna eat? So one fine day, my manager comes up to me and he just randomly says that, he gives me a story and he says that God is someone that he provides food even if the insect is inside the rock, he's the one who provides the food and he will definitely provide it. I'm thinking, why the hell is he talking to me? Like, why is he talking to me this? Like, I'm already tensed about my cat, and he's talking to me this. And after some time, I'm thinking, like, is it something like an indication from God that is he there? Like, is he alive somewhere? So then my friend calls me up, who stays very far away, and he calls me up and he says that, did you lose your cat somewhere? And I have spoken to him after many months. It's been a long time. I haven't spoken to him, but he knows that I live in this area, but I have a cat there. So he calls me up and he says that, did you lose your cat? I was like, how do you know? He says that, okay, I got a message from one of my friend who lives 10th cross. I live in first cross. He lives in 10th cross. And he asked me, do you know anyone in this area who has lost his cat? I was like, are you serious? So immediately I sent him my cat's picture and I said, is this the cat? And he says yes. And I was like, wow, bro, this is amazing. Like, I literally went and I said, thank God you're at least listening to me. Okay, fine. Then that kind of attachment grew within me, and I felt like, he's something that I love. I'm
Yeah.
in love with that cat. I didn't know that I love so much, and I'm so obsessed, and I'm so into him. So that's the story. That's how the love grew in me, and I always wanted good for my cats. So I never gave them away, or I never gave it to anyone else. Like whenever I'm giving it to someone, I'm just asking them to give it back in within one day. So yeah,
Okay, like a kid to you.
yes, yes. I mean, it's a very very surprising. It's very funny for people who don't have love towards pets. No, they're like, are you crazy? Like, what are you talking about? I even if even if my cat goes somewhere and I say that my cats have gone somewhere, I'm very tense. He's like, are you kidding me? Like, humans के साथ बहुत कुछ हो रहा है, तू पेट के लेके रो रहा है वहां पे. So this is how it is. I don't know, but I have that kind of love towards pets, and regardless of, like, be it as a cat or dog or anything, like, once you have that thing in with you, you automatically grow that. I mean, the love start growing, and you start connecting with those creatures with you.
So true. Now, let's hear about dogs.
Yeah, I mean, mine is not like a happy story which connected to me to dog rescue actually. So like we were in like a very small space when I started out young. So I had neighbors fortunately who owned pets. So there's a breed called Dachshund. So the name is Stuffy. So that's how my first initial exposure to dog started. I was in fourth, third standard. Like that's the like first thing I can remember my exposure to dog. And he was healthy at that time, so I never knew at that point of time how dog ages, right? So dog unfortunately has a lesser lifespan comparatively. So by the time like when I was in fourth, he was roughly I think 5 or 6 prime of his age. He was like very happy playing etc, and by the time I was in eighth, ninth, I'm seeing slowly he can't hear me, he's walking very slow etc. And one fine day, I come from school and I'm seeing that he's there no more. And I asked him, like he met with an accident. He was slowly crossing the street. A car hit by, and this was like one of those things that kind of I don't know. It was too young to understand it, but it gave me a soft corner to pets or dogs in general. And then after that, like I think few years passed, we grew attached to an old dog. Again, we shifted home. We were in rental home, so we shifted home. There was an old dog. I think roughly it was 12 years, as per the neighborhood suggested. It's roughly 12 years old, and we had a very I would say deep connection with that particular dog. So my mother used to feed that dog, and like every day sharp at 9 p.m., I don't know how he used to get to know about it. Every day sharp 9 p.m., he came in for his ration, saying that this is the curd rice I want, this is the dog food that you have for me. And he used to walk very slow. So like 10 minutes before, if I stand in the corner, I used to see him walking from the edge of the street. And again, like there was a bit of incident that I wouldn't say it's a coincidence or something, that my parents met with a minor accident. And like I was away from, during that time I was away. They survived, but I think 2 or 3 days before, he was nowhere to be found. And then we got to know after a week, stating that he kind of died of old age. But the day of death was somewhere around hour or two when the accident happened. So after this, we were like kind of depressed, very, very much depressed, and I didn't know how to come out of it. My dad used to oppose to have pets in home. He himself brought the pet, so that's how it started. And after that, I kind of educated myself in how to rescue, what is the particular impression the society has on stray dogs, especially like people are scared, they have kids, so they try to protect themselves, but they don't know how to behave with a stray. And I started to take actions from my side. Like let's just say if a stray dog is hungry, I used to feed them so that it has a calmer mind when it is like interacting with other humans. So this how I started step by step. Then I found out about few NGOs during my college days who were doing this without any like benefitary factors. Like they used to collect donations in order to purely service the stray dogs, and I was an extension for them in terms of the reach, like in terms of area reach. And yeah, this is how the connection started. And my pets are something I would say that I rather than kids, like they're my part, like my life's part. So whatever they require, whatever I need to supply, I'll make sure that there is no hampering in it. I mean, I can't treat them as a asset. I rather treat them as one of my own family. So yeah.
So, as we know that Diwali is approaching, and all these pet animals are some or what ways harmed during this festive season, because we tend to do things which are not really friendly for them.
True.
So, I feel that there should be one thing or the another which can be done to prevent these things. So, what do you think it can be?
So, like in case if you're talking about dogs, especially the thing is like crackers are not much of a harm for them if they are trained, because the sound, loud sound, which stray gets is because they're not trained, they're not exposed to that sudden sound, and it's kind of like their ears are sensitive. So, without proper exposure and training, they kind of panic. So, during this time, if there is a panic dog somewhere around, offering it a water or trying to keep the distance from it, leaving it isolated for a while is something that someone can do. But as of now, what I don't admire society doing is they try to burst crackers towards the dog, where it stands or wherever it's located at, in order to chase it away. So this has two kind of outcomes. One, it gets traumatized so that it doesn't interact with humans again in a friendly manner after the Diwali as well. So this again puts its life at danger. And second is that they run away in the streets. Probably there are high chances of moving motor vehicles kind of colliding with them. So I would insist people who are watching this to be more like precautious. I mean, burn crackers. I don't want to take that right away from anyone in terms of celebration, but make sure it's done safe within the premises which has been given, and also in the time zone which the government has provided. So no one should burn crackers after 8 or 9. Like if you're bursting crackers with a very less sound, that's fine, but do not burn it like more than like 11, 12. That is not only polluting as well as kind of disturbing others in the neighborhood as well. So this is something that I would like to suggest. But yeah, please leave the dogs alone. If they have panic and if they have found a den, like to sit in or to take a rest in, let them be there. So once they recover from the sound, they are there because they feel safe there. And you can provide water or food, but don't try to forcefully take them out of that den. So that way there might be instances of bite cases or maybe rash behavior.
Okay, so as a kid, I heard something, and today, since I have the opportunity, I would like to ask. So, I heard that these dogs they have this tendency to urinate around the area, and then they call that where the urine is there, that particular area is theirs. Like they are the king of that area. So, is it true?
Yeah, true. Like it's a territorial behavior. Like back when their ancestors were wolves, so they are a pack animal. So what used to happen is, in order to keep the pack safe, the alpha used to kind of mark its territory like this. But this is a instinctual behavior for them. Now, mostly they do it to track back to their territory, which is basically their home. So let's just say in the same area, if a dog get lost and they have practice of walking around urinating, then probably they can trace it back. But if it is not there, then they can't trace back.
But how do they know if it's theirs or anyone else's?
So they have scent memory, like how we
Okay.
have photo memory, right? So
Mhm.
dogs have scent memory. Their general memory is like very short term. They can't, if you hit a dog, it can't remember more than a minute or two. So they'll approach you back, like in case if you have harmed a dog, probably their memory of that would be roughly 2 to 5 minutes max. After that, they just tend to forget, but they remember your scent. So that's how they remember. They have like scent memory.
Does cats have the same thing?
Yes,
Wait,
they
what?
do have a territorial thing. And if you cannot have two male cats in the same home unless and until they're neutered.
What
So they
what
tend
do
to
they
fight.
do?
They fight with each other. So over a period of time, when when they hit the puberty, and then they just marking their territory inside the home. So that's why doctors always recommend that get them neutered, because that can cause problems. and especially the male territories are very bad in cats. Yeah, so they mark the territory around the across the home, like so you don't know where the smell is coming from. They just mark it, and it's always recommended to neuter them.
But okay, so I was thinking of something interesting. Since I have two people, and one is cat lover and one is dog lover, I have a thought. Why don't you guys give one reason why one should have cats and one should have dogs? Be a little partial, please. Thank you.
Sure, then I think I'll give the first turn to cats. Then I have a lot of reason for dogs.
Okay.
Okay, in this case, I think a dog gives back a lot than a cat. A cat is more of someone that there's a saying that so in cat, if the owner is feeding the cat,
Mhm.
okay, the cat thinks that he deserves it.
Okay. Okay.
He deserves to be. Oh, he deserves, like, you want. He expects you to come and feed him, like give him some food.
Like proper
Whereas in,
princess treatment.
yes,
Okay.
yes. So he's someone, once you give him the food, he doesn't bother you. Okay, he feels that he's a god,
Okay.
and you're feeding him. And
Okay.
for the dog, it's vice versa.
So this is the reason why you want me to have cat.
No, that is not the reason. And one of the reason is they I mean they I mean the doctor says that, when the cats purr, right? So when the cats purr, there's a lot of benefits in cats purring, you know and also, like, if you talk about the astrological side, they say that they bring a lot of luck to your home. So, I mean, having said, not just on the other side, if you see that they're pretty, they're beautiful, and they just keep your mind calm, and they just release your stress.
Okay.
So you look at them, and they're like, they don't care. You call them, they don't care. We always go back to that person who doesn't need an attention.
Yeah. Okay. So how would you defend that?
So yeah, it
So in
always, like, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Over to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like first things first, when you get a dog, right, your entire lifestyle changes.
Okay.
So let's just say you're a lethargic person. If you get a dog, by default you're gonna be active throughout the day. They have energy. They're gonna make you wake up early. Yeah, they'll make sure you have a routine. They'll always be behind you. I mean,
Mhm.
the one thing that you would like about dogs is that at some point of time owning them, you can literally hear them talking. I mean, not in the sense of talking, but you get so deeply connected to them that you start treating them like a human. Like you have a better connection. You try to stay with them more. And yeah, there are like good reasons to even avoid parties, actually. Like, in case if you want unwanted parties, you're being invited, and you can say, I have dog back home, I need to take care
Oh,
of.
so it's very helpful
So
for introverts.
yeah, it's a very good reason for you to avoid unnecessary parties. But jokes aside, they kind of give a sense of responsibility, as well as I have also gone through few contents that talk more tech, like medically beneficial about them, is that kids who gets exposed to dogs at a very young age are less likely to have allergy or allergic reactions,
Okay.
or even there are a few immuno diseases, like immunodeficient diseases. So autoimmune diseases also gets avoided. So having a dog basically keeps a person highly engaged and highly active. And this these are few of the reasons. And even sense of accountability, ownership, responsibility, like a few traits that you would need for a good person to thrive in even professional career, right? So that is something that you would start getting unknowingly. So having dog makes it a two-way connection.
Mhm.
As my friend Mr. Saif so told, that it is rather than one way, in dogs it's two way. So they give you the energy that you give it to them. So you will have someone waiting for at home. and it's like the best choice in life for introverts, especially introverts. In case if you want someone who's a best friend, who's always there, you don't want others to indulge in, I think dogs are the best.
So, Mr. Shakil, do I say dogs win?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In this case, dogs definitely win.
Okay.
Because even if I call my cat, he's like, "Yeah, are you giving me food? I'll come to you only. I'm giving you food. You're giving me food."
Okay. So, let's say if I am going to my mom and I'll be like, Mom, I want a cat. So, what can I say that one reason why my mom should agree to get me a cat?
I would vouch on this for low
I
maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah, that is one of the reason. It is very low as compared to dog. Whereas dogs, they have high maintenance, and whereas cats are concerned, they're low maintenance. And also, you don't have to worry much about cats. Once they are fed, they are just calm, and they are just in the corner playing or doing something by their own. Whereas dog needs a lot of attention. Dog needs a lot
Yeah,
of care.
this I
Nice.
So
agree.
yes, one thing is that low maintenance. I mean, you don't have to worry. He's just on his own. You don't have to be behind
Yeah.
him or behind her. He's on his own.
So now I'm very much confused that what to get and what not to. I mean, come on, what should I get? But I'm very sure that the viewers are very much clear of what they should get now. And if you are, please do comment and tell us your story about the pets and your life revolving around them. Please do comment and let us know your exciting story. Subscribe to the Newsroom India and like and completely share to your friends.